Is Lord Skrolk any good in patch 6.2.2? Now that I've finally done a proper Plague Monk video, let's look at the Lord who nurtures and cares for them best. Skrolk may be a bit dated at this point, but that doesn't make him bad, because his strengths are quite considerable. And if you don't like that, a pox on you! Recruited by selection screen and sporting 250 upkeep, Skrolk brings 4,672 health on Ultra. He gets 30 armor, the standard 15% missile resistance, notable because some characters don't. Leadership of 65 is okay, speed 42 and charge speed 48 are fine for a foot Skaven character. Melee attack begins at 54, and each blow is magical attack and carries the Contaminated debuff, meaning he's a caster lord and a Censer Bearer Plague Priest at the same time. Attack interval 4 is crisp and standard, splash target size is medium, and max target splashed is 4, which is far from horrible. Melee defense 45 could be a lot worse. Weapon strength 400 is split base 280 and armor piercing 120, so he is heavily tilted towards smashing low armored foes, unlike the unit Censer Bearers. Charge bonus is 30 and mass is 400. Just remember that Skaven foot characters are harder to knock down now, and this is in essence a debuff to the casters because they will take more damage. Just bear that in mind. Skrolk causes fear, hide in forests, can benefit quote-unquote from the scurry away mechanic, and has frenzy for plus 10 melee attack and plus 10% to weapon strength and charge bonus. Skrolk does not gain a mount, so we're off to the rest. As a faction leader, Radiant Pestilence grants a plus 15% chance to spread plague. Plagues help your units and settlements instead of hurting them. Minus 50% construction cost for the plague buildings from which the plague priests and monks hail, and that's faction-wide, and minus 15 turn cooldown to the pestilence scheme. As a general, Plague Lord grants plus 3 corruption to local province and minus 50% to upkeep for plague monks, both kinds, plague claw catapults, and plague priest heroes within his army specifically. The blue, red, and magic lines are exactly as standard, which is to say he gets the boosted new evasion and benefits from Arcane Conduit at the end, and has all the Plague Lore benefits I covered in my Total Math Hammer video, which I'm linking to now. In the top line, Sneaky and Tricksy for 1 pip each offer plus 10% missile resistance and spell resistance respectively. Warpstone Tokens grants plus 13 wins reserve at the cost of 5% bonus miscast chance, but at least you can get some wins out of it. Skrolk gains access to a yellow combat line, which makes him very interesting as a fighty foot character. Tail Weapon gives its now ritualistic melee attack plus 3 and weapon strength plus 4%. 2 pips of Wild-Eyed is plus 9 melee attack, 2 pips of Opportunist plus 15 charge bonus flat, Expeditious Endeavor plus 15% speed at 2, Conviction plus 9 to his own leadership at 2, Foe Seeker the old plus 25% speed and new plus 25% charge speed. Active skill, which includes fatigue removal, 2 pips of Fervor for plus 20% weapon strength, 2 of Tenacity for plus 15% health, 2 in Soothsaying for plus 40% leadership aura bonus, don't underestimate, 2 pips in Hard to Hit, providing plus 12 melee defense, and Deadly Onslaught for the capstone, which at this point provides pretty healthy bonuses in damage and charge bonus. The rest comes down to his very personal line. It's not so much a line as a disorganized gaggle. At rank 6, you can get Loathsome Appearance to turn him into a Causes Terror character. 2 pips of Plague Lord allows unlocking Plague Priest recruitment in all provinces you have any settlement in, so polish those bells. Plus, recruit rank plus 4 for Plague Monks and Plague Claw Catapult units. I knew it was hiding somewhere. And plus 2 to Plague Priest recruit rank, and upkeep minus 10% for Plague Monks and Plague Claw Catapults for all armies. This is not faction specific, so he can do this as a Confederated Lord. Herald of Decay, also at rank 6, unlock, can grant control minus 5 to local enemy province, and Skaven Corruption plus 5 to wherever Skrolk is. At rank 13, of course it's 13, Skrolk can choose 3 1-pip wonders which are not mutually exclusive at all. Voice of the Horned Rat grants leadership aura effect plus 10, which is huge, and aura size plus 20%, which is big but not huge. However, no law says you can't combine this with Soothsaying. Envoy of the Council adds plus 10 diplomacy to all Skaven factions. Finally, Aura of Pestilence is for Skrolk himself, a permanent passive giving -5 melee attack to all enemies in a 35-meter radius forever, or at least until you pound their skulls in. Having come this far, of course it's going to put a lot of weight on the legendary items. The Liber Bubonicus is theoretically quest battleable at rank 7. And yes, it took me a few times to say that right. This grants Recruit rank +4 to Plague Priest faction-wide, Skaven Corruption +3 local province, so really getting that up there. -25% cost to the Pestilence scheme, -2 wins cost for Plague, -2 wins cost for Plague upgraded, and please keep in mind, that's one of the best blob annihilators in Warhammer 3. All of it. And the ability of the same name, which is basically a Spirit Leech, twice per battle, 100-meter range, 120-second cooldown, but damage is damage, and direct damage is good damage. Rod of Corruption grants +1 hero capacity for Plague Priests, and Eshin Sorcerers should you actually care. Melee attack +6, weapon strength +10%, -2 wins for Wither, and its Overcast version as well, and its namesake ability, I'll put the stats up, 3 times per battle, 120-second cooldown. It sounds like a Fata Biuna for 11 seconds on all units in a 35-meter radius, which is kind of radical. The set bonus is +1 control for all provinces, and +10% chance of a plague spreading, which stacks with Skrolk's faction bonus if playing as him. So how do we use Lord Skrolk? Well, the fact he doesn't get a mount both limits our options and keeps us using him as a cagey and fighty caster. Nothing makes him any less of a plague spellcaster, and 6.2.2 made Pestilent Breath cheaper, which is nice. He can still Vermintide spam, Plague Monk summoning got cheaper, and summons had a wide-ranging increase in summon time duration. Skrolk with items or just the plague spell itself can wreck blobs, so you want to use him and his favored units to form some blobs, and then you destroy them. And let's be blunt, Plague Claw Catapults are still awesome. The thing is, this is also kind of it for special advice. He may give you huge economic incentives to flood the zone with Plague Monks in his own army, and aggressive use of Wither with him is amazing, but those special advantages are basically limited to him. More broadly, you get nibbles with upkeep cost reduction and being able to spam plague buildings, which is great, and that means you can get Night Runners and Gutter Runners with poison, and therefore beyond this point it's about abusing the living heck out of the Pestilence scheme, and mixing and matching your greatest strengths with the more ordinary features of the roster, like cannon fodder clan rats and Skaven slaves, like warlock engineers here and there, like master assassins, making poison gutter runners shine. Your choices beyond that are going to depend on hero spam and how many DLCs you have and what you like from them, be they molder monsters or what. Weapons teams aren't going to mesh with everything Plague Monk, depending on what they are, but that doesn't mean you can't actually use them. No, not at all. Those combinations are up to you, and it was pointed out that Chieftains may have come out at the same time of the Throughout DLC, but they're actually FLC themselves. Well, take advantage. Even a single Chieftain, or the Council Guard for that matter, watching out for Skrolk will increase his viability, and passing him a healing item won't hurt either. Don't overcomplicate it. He's a smashier Grey Seer with Plague Priest benefits. Hit blobs and break blobs. Create a planned scheme for non-blobs. Council Guard can easily form one such plan. One tiny strategy piece of advice. He's not Queek, but with all that corruption he's spreading around, he should have enough mass belows to take stress away from his own side's winds of magic. Use your advantages wisely and aggressively. Take care, and have fun trying to make Nurgle himself jealous. You are the ultimate dirty rat. Revel in it.